perfect little girl. But Professor Utonium accidentally added an extra ingredient to the concoction, Chemical X. Thus, the Powerpuff Girls were born! Using their ultra superpowers, Blossom, Bubbles, and Buttercup have dedicated their lives to fighting crime and the forces of evil!
Ultra.
Who's this mysterious character?
Across central and eastern parts of England, we're seeing temperatures in the mid to high 30s, extremely high values.
What was once regarded as sort of once in a generation incidents are now becoming much more regular.
THTD with the victory. TH4D rather.
Welcome to the Goonternational.
Aegis reclaimed and a three-man black hole. Oh my god, they're going in. That's a big charge! What? Oh my god, they're all ulted! Flippity flop!
Both are destroyed. Hurricane Pipe for 2.
But it's predominantly enough big when you're still stood in the battle player. Say the letters.
Oh, he's got in the fountain.
Could be dead here. Here comes the stun from Line, he just loves stun.
Oh, the dodge from Jay!
They should get the Tiny here and at least burn the Aegis of the Immortal, but Sleepy Moon comes in to try to clean up the backlines. It's a Maledict onto Sleepy Moon, Tiny goes down, it's a lot of damage from the Death Ward! They have no damage left, the Poison Nova goes out from the Venom as well as the Maledict. It's a lot of damage, and Death Ward is back up again! They get the kill on the Wraith King! The throne is still alive!
Oh! White Dover is just frozen. Yep.
Well, I mean, on my notes here, he is listed as a coward.
He kicked his and attacked off.
Doesn't know what he's doing.
So fucked. He's going on the TA. She's going to be out of refraction charge. She's out of refraction charge. She's invisible. He still gets her. They're all dead. It's just TA left. They must get it now. Hit the buildings. Hit the buildings.
You ever wonder what's up there? Like what? Maybe someone up there is wondering what it's like here. I guess. Do you think we'll ever meet them? I hope so. Don't you? Do you think we'll ever meet?
They're going in. That's a big charge! What? Oh my god! They're all ulted! Flippity flop!
Griff destroyed Hurricane Pipe.
Yeah. But it's not really enough big when you're still stood in the back of the player. I'll say the let's
Oh, he's got in the fountain.
the bounce, he gets a page again.
He could be dead here. Here comes the stun from line, he just not stunned.
Oh, the
What a
dodge
dodge.
from Jay!
They should get the Tiny here and at least burn the Aegis of the Immortal. But Sleepy Moon comes in to try to clean up the backlines. It's a Maledict onto Sleepy Moon. Tiny goes down. It's a lot of damage from the Death Ward. They have no damage left. The Poison Nova goes out from the Venno as well as the Maledict. It's a lot of damage. The Death Ward is back up again. They get the kill on the Wraith King. The throne is still alive.
Oh! DotA is just...
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, I mean, on my notes here, he is listed as a coward.
He kicked his PC and it's
Doesn't know what he's doing.
So fucked.
Falcus is here, he's lighthearted and free. Jesper's the brains, he's as sharp as can be. Commentating DotA, just wait and see. Goon International is the place to be. Goons, they International, hey, hey, hey. Goons on battles never seen before. Falcus with jokes, he'll leave you wanting more. Jesper's got stats and the inside lore. Together they make the perfect score. Goons, they gather to watch them play. Falcus laughing all the way. Jesper's wisdom on display. In the International, hey, hey, hey. Goons on battles never seen before. Falcus with jokes, he'll leave you wanting more. Jesper's got stats and the inside lore. Together they make the perfect score. Goons, they gather to watch them play. Falcus laughing all the way. Jesper's wisdom on display. In the International, hey, hey, hey. Broadcasting magic in every frame. Falcus and Jesper changing the game. Every goon earning their claim to fame. Goonternational is the name. Goons, they gather to watch them play. Falcus laughing all the way. Jesper's wisdom on display. In the Goonternational, hey, hey, hey.
And we're live and visible. There we go. Excellent. I'm back tonight again for more Goonternational, joined by Jesper. I've tied him down for 2 more games in his contract at the moment. Really, we're just trying to get the use out of the budget we spent on the theme tune. So just got to get him back as many times as possible, really. How are you doing?
Good evening. I'm doing very fine. Excited for this game we have ahead of us.
Yeah, tonight we've got 2 Hot for Dota versus Breaking Baps. What I am fondly calling the battle for the bottom of Group 4. Still there's still time for it to be decided. I realize I have the wrong graphic on screen at the moment. We will sort that out momentarily.
It's pretty much as you said, like the battle for the bottom. Currently, Breaking Baps still with a slight lead over to Hot for Dota in the group, having tied one of their series against Black Country Widows. Both teams dropping their series against Solid. But yeah, still everything to play for. If Breaking Baps get 2 out here, then to Hot for Dota would still make it into a 3rd spot. So
yeah, still all to play for, really. I mean, I'm really hopeful for them, I have to say. I've been following this entire group weirdly closely, just completely by accident. I just ended up picking up a bunch of their games for casting. But no, I think 2 Hot for Dota have had a bit of a rocky start. Baps also not had the greatest time, if we're completely honest. But I think it would be nice, it would just be nice to see a little bit of a shake-up. But I don't think we have any risk of a tie, do we? Don't think it's possible if I remember correctly.
Yeah, because even if they go 1 for 1, then
if they go 1 for 1, then it would be 2-4 versus 1-5, wouldn't it? Yeah. So I thank you, Gito. I got the lobby right. Let's get in there. But yeah, I mean, so for those of you who may not know what's going on, after the group stage ends, because of the pesky 17th team. Team 17th to join. Despite the shake-up in the spreadsheet, it's tricking no one. Gito playing favourites there, just trying to make it look like weren't the bad guys being 17th to the party. Due to the 17th team and that not really going into main stage particularly nicely, there will be a small I guess a round robin, really. There'll be a small mini tournament to decide who will be eliminated and not progress to main stage at all, and that will be the bottom team from each of the 4 groups. So I mean, it's not a big deal if you're first, second, or third. Obviously, the further up, the better, because you get a better choice of team. But you really don't want to be right down at the bottom.
No, it's like the way it usually goes in Goose Trade, just like this, isn't it? Like not having the risk of like that comes with the last chance set of matches like that. Definitely something every team wants to avoid in this. So yeah, both teams very much gonna give it their all for this last series of the group, I believe.
Last series of the group, yeah. So Group 3 closed out yesterday. I don't want to talk about it. That was my group. I'm not happy with my team's performance, and therefore I've cried enough as it is. We don't need to bring that up. And who else has still got games to... I think there's only 2 other games to play. So there's going to be a week 4 game for Group 1, because that is the group that has 5 team members. 5 team members? Each team has 5 team members. That is the group that has 5 teams in the group. And I think Group 2 still to play. But that may be happening as we speak, if I'm not wrong. What's the other game tonight? It's Badlands. Is it?
The one that's currently being played is Spherical and Sit Outs, I want to say.
Oh, my bad then. Oh, yes. Badlands. I want to say Badlands v Tit Warblers happening on Wednesday. We're casting it.
Yeah, that's correct.
That's my bad. Sorry, very confusing. And there's a Mancaf game tomorrow. I know because I tried to pick these up, and I got told I can't have the Mancaf game due to previous contracts, and I can't. And I was trying to trade the Tit Warblers game, but I think to Tit Warblers players. So that's Scotty. He's currently casting the other game. And I think we're going to be straight into the lobby. It's been early starts for all these games, hasn't it?
I mean, yeah, like it tends to be the ways it goes for these, because obviously, like, people just have like work during the week, so getting them started as early as possible always something to.
Yeah, I just feel like last year there was a lot more. There's a lot more people being late.
Yeah, I mean, obviously the members on the teams are different, so maybe there's somewhat less trouble there with people making their games or not. But no, if we get to start all the games on time, that's all the better, right?
I mean, yeah, better to get that done. What's fucking up this? There we go. Knew something was fucking up that camera position. It was due to last week's fiascos with good old Jazz Hands camera. But straight into the draft here. We need to remember to ask at some point, Jesper, I want to know what's going on with breaking Baps banners. I want to know if that's on purpose or if someone forgot to cut out the bottom. Bans coming out, Clockwork ban and an Underlord ban. The Underlord ban's interesting. The Clockwork, the Viper, and even the Visage, I think all pretty standard bans this tournament.
10 seconds to go.
Yeah, I think it might also just be one of the preferred heroes for Coil, but I'm not entirely sure about that. The Visage ban is very much targeted against Fuwafuwa. He has an inordinate number of games on that hero.
A Visage lover. I'm a Visage hater, I have to say. I don't like it on my team. I don't like it on the other team. Just take it out of the game.
It's a chant hero for chance. That must be why you don't like it.
Yeah, so the questions in chat. The group phase almost over, coming to a conclusion. Then I think we'll have a week of tiebreakers. And I think that also has to fit in the bottom of the group's elimination tournament in there as well. And then we will finally be moving on to the group, the main stage. Which, which is just a stand. If you look up how like the international runs or most Dota tournaments, that'll give you a much better idea of how it works than me explaining it, as I don't fully understand it myself. Bubble Boy getting banned here.
I'm right there with you. I have no idea what's happening. I just trust Cheeto to tell me on a week-to-week basis what's happening.
Yeah. Just keep an eye on the schedule and see what comes up. First pick, it's Abaddon.
apparently a very successful hero so far in this tournament.
It is, but it's mainly being spammed, I want to say, by Wellin. I think it's right. It's Wellin of Widows.
10 seconds to go.
Big Abaddon lover. Played twice last week to my disappointment.
5 seconds.
Yeah, I mean, Vi also played it against us in the Bad Lads game. I think someone posted like a statistic of it like yesterday, of it having like 10 wins and like 1 or 2 losses or something.
Has it been played by any of the Too Hot for Dota lads yet, or?
I don't know, but I'm pretty sure either Setup or TheBastMaster will have played it. I don't think it's a very uncommon hero for to play on support.
I think that yeah, knocked down to support these days. I think I did have one in an off lane in a ranked game, possibly earlier today. It wasn't very good, but neither was our team. So
yeah, no, I fully expect this to be a support in this game. We got the Venge pick up for Breaking Baps, another solid support hero.
I think I don't think she's been picked up that much this tournament, but I think a very good hero.
Definitely not as much as last year, because last year was just everywhere.
I think Venge was very strong in the meta last year.
Yeah, and I mean, it's a hero you're never really unhappy to see on your team, is it?
Yeah. Some carry bans coming out this phase, or at least some core bans. The Medusa and the Luna, I mean, both good. Both good, strong carries.
The Luna ban is 100% justified. The hero is so strong. I think it's the most picked hero in the tournament so far. It is.
It's the most contested hero, at least. It's got to be. Medusa, decent. But I will quote my own team and say when I was worried about it coming out against us, and we don't care if they pick the Medusa, we will deal with it. And it didn't get picked, and we didn't deal with anything that was picked. Shadow Fiend.
They can always just claim that you would have dealt with it, right?
Shadow Fiend, I think, quite strong at the moment, to be honest. Cool Armor whipped him out. I've seen him a couple times in a carry position rather than mid. Despite, I mean, to me, in my head, always been a mid hero, but I can't argue with the results.
I want to say when either shards or talents were thrown around at some point.
Yeah.
I feel like that's like at some point the carry SF has popped up and it's been around ever since, sometimes like more often than others.
Now, Sed does like the Ogre, but I feel like Bassmaster's an Ogre fan. So I'm not sure if that one's contested there, if I'm misremembering, but I'd be interested to see a Sed Hep Abaddon.
10 seconds to go.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like both players should be able to like play these heroes somewhat. Like you'd be hard pressed to support who cannot play out.
Apologize, I think we've a bit of stuttering on Jesper there. I think the call quality just dropped briefly.
Yeah, I mean you're cutting out from me sometimes.
Oh, okay. Well. There we go. It's going both ways. Dawnbreaker. I mean, I don't have a lot to say about Dawnbreaker. She's good. I've never played her in my life. I just get scared when the big circle appears and Thunder Thigh's mommy drops from the sky.
I like Dawnbreaker a lot. It's like kind of like the Spectre effect where you don't really need to like be with your team because you can always initiate with your global presence.
Yeah, you can always show up. Yeah, I mean, very convenient when you want to go off and farm a little bit. There's a Pos 3 who's supposed to be in on all those early fights. Axe, love an Axe. Yeah. Axe is one of those here. I don't know if it's just because he's been there for so long. So a lot of the newer heroes I don't have as much experience with. I'm an old man. I'm going back to classic Dota, and Axe has just been there from the beginning for me. So he just makes sense.
Axe is just also pretty strong right now. I feel like there's multiple teams always eyeing up the hero.
Yeah.
And one of the downsides of having the Dawnbreaker on Breaking Baps is that you don't have an initiating 3. You have a 3 that wants to counter-initiate.
Yes,
and these 2 picks, I feel, are very good to like alleviate that, because with Puck and Disruptor, you have 2 more big team fight abilities that you could also use to initiate if you wanted to.
Yeah, I mean, I'm going to be interested to. I think we will possibly see some glimpses back to Fountain this game. I just think that we might have some forgetful players or on Too Hot who maybe get caught out by that, as I think I do commonly myself.
I am very much just liking the like the movement control on breaking Baps. Like there's the glimpse from Disruptor, there's a swap, there's the coil that either of those abilities could be used to like break it.
Yeah, I mean they can
a Dawnbreaker for your own positioning. Like these are this is a very, very movement focused team.
I mean, being able to throw that swap around and just chuck another hero into your Disruptor or something is really good. But I mean, a lot of health on Too Hot for Dota, a lot of strength heroes. I was actually wondering if a Necrophos would be a good pickup on Baps, but obviously they went with the Puck, which I think, you know, they'd have filled a similar position. But
yeah, you've got the movement control on the side of breaking Baps, and Too Hot for Dota just seem to be countering with pure beef.
Pure beef. Pure beef.
Just have like a big chunk of meat just sitting somewhere on the map, and you're like, you can try to move us, but
careful, Jesper. I'm going to start salivating. I'm just picturing a lovely Sunday roast at this point. It's just pure beef.
I imagine when they all group up +5, that's what it would look like.
It's the Sunday roast, you know. Axe is the meat. Necro's definitely a vegetable. I couldn't tell you why. He just is. Ogre's a roast potato.
If my roast potatoes were blue, I'd be asking questions.
I know he doesn't look like a roast potato. He just has the vibe of a roast potato. You know?
Sure. He's got the figure.
Or maybe he's a pudding. Who knows? Carry bands coming out here for this last pick. I think both teams confident. That's a mid puck and a mid necro. It would be weird if they went anywhere else. So, and I mean the 3's very clear. Weaver.
I do like that hero, but it's tough in this game. Like into Disruptor and Puck, it's very
I think hoping that he just won't be seen. He's got escape and finally coming out. Oh, Dragon Knight. That's filling in that beefiness that they were lacking, I think, that front line.
Yeah, I like it. It also means you've got like somewhat more of a static hero in between all these like movement controlling heroes. So that gives you like a sort of like base to fight around.
I'm sorry, but in the spirit of Team Fortress 2, it's clearly going to be a Too Hot for Dota win due to the hats. Better hats on Too Hot for Dota. So I think that's a win for them.
I mean, I have to say, I do like speaking specifically about the actual hats. Abaddon's hat is very good, and I like Axe's hat as well.
That is the best Axe skin. That is one of the best skins in the game, I think.
also has a great hat, though. You got to give him that.
Yeah. It's also, interestingly enough, I was talking with Vortex about this the other day. Because he worked it out. So the Axe Arcana that makes him like a melee hit, like a no weapon axe. I never realized that's just the Arcana. You can then put anything you want on top of that. So you could have this entire top hat, you know, gauntlet, knuckle dusters, axe set, and then just not have the axe. And to me, that just seems great. I really want that Arcana, just because I like the sounds.
Isn't it Persona?
Yeah, is it Persona? Maybe it's not an Arcana. Yeah, maybe I'm wrong.
I don't have it, so it's either an Arcana or a Persona.
No, I don't have it either. Is it weird that I'm still stuck in the menu? In the...
I don't think it is. I'm still there as well.
That's all right then. So just running through. We've got Tom, 68-inch pianist on Venge, Coil on the Dawnbreaker, Heretic on the Disruptor, Fuwafuwa going mid with this Puck, and Griff farming up on this Dragon Knight. Then that's for breaking Baps. Then for Too Hot for Dota, I will tell you when we get into the game at this point. There's a fancy looking mace on the Dawnbreaker.
I mean, I like the skin, yes, for it in general. For some reason, I just like the skin that involved like these blindfold. It would be very unpractical on the battlefield itself, but I really like the way they look.
Yeah. So just to run down again, that's Leth offlane on the Axe, BastMaster rocking that Ogre Magi, Said Hep running the Abaddon. I'm excited to watch this. Rax going mid with that Necro, and Crab Marinated Herring, aka Herrrington, going to be farming up that Weaver to go carry. Yeah, I only say I'm excited to see this. Oh, crap. I need to put myself onto Do Not Disturb, and I also then need to switch us over to this. Soup's coming in and said lads got the heroes they wanted. Yeah, I'm excited to see Zabadan just because I know he's been practicing some new heroes.
30 seconds to show.
And he, you know, I think he'll be excited to show it off. Hopefully, both teams playing defensively here. It happens so often, I feel, in these games that the teams just play with, you know, they just go play by themselves in their own jungle for the beginning.
Yeah, I mean, I can definitely understand it from the side of the Huts for DotA. I might have maybe expected Breaking Baps to run at the enemy, but then like the lineup of the Huts for DotA is also when you're not completely happy running into. So maybe that's a consideration there. Either that, or they're just like, let's just be chill about it.
Panicked for a second there when my minimap just blew up into just bright vision, thinking, "Oh no, something's broken in my settings." It's that pesky Dawnbreaker vision. That's a innate ability.
It is very nice, like when you're actually aware of it.
Some dancing going on here with the Abaddon horse. Interesting to see. So these lanes, I mean, there's a lot of, I think, stun and damage potential in top for Breaking Baps. Survivability definitely going to need to be relied on from the Abaddon with the healing. I wouldn't want to be trying to kill too hot for DotA in this bottom lane. Actually, I wouldn't want to be trying to kill either team in this bottom lane. I don't think that's going to go too well for them.
No, I feel like if Breaking Baps have kill potential anywhere, it's going to be in top lane.
Definitely.
In bottom lane, I could definitely see to Huts for DotA coming out with a kill there. If they get these double slows on someone like slightly out of position, that could easily be a kill.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of stuns coming out here, but the Venge is going to already be low on mana, so you know, no mana regen there. That's going to be a problem for them trying to keep the harass up. But yeah, I mean, I wouldn't want to be trying to kill the Dragon Knight either. So I think it's all just coming down to can they kill Heretic on the Disruptor. What are we thinking about this mid matchup?
It's definitely going to take more time. I don't expect like much kill threat coming either from either side until 6.
Yeah, I mean, I
don't think either heroes are easy to kill for the other.
I think both can do a bit of damage. Both can just walk away quite easily. I don't see them being able to do much to each other. But harass. Sed going to take a bit of damage here. Sed blood grenade, and Sed's going to go down to Coil with that spinny hammer that I don't know the name of.
Starbreak. Okay.
Thank you very much. You're going to have to be the designated Dawnbreaker expert here, as I've only ever played against her, and I just try to ignore her. I know what the abilities look like. I don't know exactly what they do. I just know how they feel.
Spinny Hammer is probably like one of the worst ways to call it, because Celestial Hammer technically also is a spinny hammer when she throws it.
But that's
it doesn't spin while it's on the ground.
That's throwing the hammer. There's thrown hammer, spinny hammer. Hammer from the sky.
There's going on Heretic on bottom. He might be a dead here. Yes.
We've already lost the Disruptor. We caught first blood though, so you cannot throw any shade my way here. Puck really storming ahead with the last hits here. I mean, Herrrington on that Weaver is struggling.
Yeah, I imagine this is not the easiest lane to play that in. Like, you're always just worried about these double stuns coming out, and we already saw what it could do on Sethub.
Oh, definitely. Interesting though. I mean, we were talking about it before. I think Herrrington has got. Oh no, a courier going down. Don't know whose courier that was.
That was Herring's.
It was Herrington's, dear me.
Yeah.
Not looking good. I mean,
Tom
a lot of damage coming out of the Tom. I don't know if they can finish this off. They backed it up. No, damage over time. That's from the Swarm, I believe. Yeah. I feel like you don't often see people go down to the Swarm. The armor reduction's big, the vision's big, but the dots on it, I wouldn't say is the main thing.
If you can get it on them and then like have them drop low enough to where they either need to stop and hit it and let you hit them or take the damage from the bikes, it can definitely happen.
Rotation coming here. Bottom, we're going to see the Venge come in. Left looking very low. Going to try and run away. Does have the Thunderstrike on from the Disruptor. They notice Tom on the side. Bassmaster now caught, taking damage. But, I mean, Both of them just so much health. They're going to waddle away while a kill actually goes down on the top lane after poor little Dawnbreaker abandoned all to her and a hammer.
Yeah, I mean, that's where the damage potential comes out from this Abaddon Weaver combo. Especially with Swarm on it, like this guy with the Withering Mist on his... No, this is not on his attack, it's still Curse of Avernus, sorry.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of stun and slow from between the Dawnbreaker and the Venge, but yeah, I guess you're right that it's almost just Abaddon and Weaver running them down.
Yeah, I mean, Coil has Celestial Hammer as the one way to like create distance, and if he's already used that aggressively, then obviously that won't be there.
Gonna try and go on Zed mainly just to get the creeps back, but gonna start taking a lot of damage here. Is that Starbreaker we saw get used? Just Celestial Hammer. Tom now gonna come back up to help out. Yeah, well, I'm just gonna stick with Throwy Hammer, Spinny Hammer. Okay,
that's
a lot of health lost on the Rags, but I think he had quite a lot of one charges. Fuwafuwa looking low on mana. No bottle charges. Not that much mana regen.
Both mids have got their 6 now as well, so I imagine they're gonna
look for
to
something.
Set up a kill somewhere with them, because these are very killy abilities.
I mean, where would you go if you were each of them?
I mean, wherever like there's an opportunity. I would
gonna be
probably
Limpus room
see
picked up.
Fuwafuwa go top if he goes anywhere.
Yeah, I think I'd agree with
bottom
you.
lane is just daunting.
I think the Necro's got more
rest,
options, but
yeah, I would imagine he takes a bit more like of a backseat to that and just sees like where there's an opportunity to rotate in.
Yeah,
I don't think Necro is like the best hero to make something happen, to force something, but to like come in on a fight that's already ongoing and try to side in
gonna
there
go on
is great.
Heretic here. The Glimpse back gets the axe out the way, and everyone just gonna leave. I mean, a lot of damage though coming out from this Battle Hunger. 19 per second.
Oh, Coil might
Top
go
lane
down
running down Coil. Are they gonna stick on it? Nope. They're gonna leave it. Miss Coil comes out, a little bit more damage, but nobody wants to dive that tower quite yet. I mean, looking pretty even across the board on these last hits.
Yeah, none of the lanes seem to be pulling ahead significantly further than the others. Obviously, to ask for DotA have 3 kills to their name, so...
Oh, Glimpse back. They're going to trap the axe in the kinetic field. Is it kinetic field? Oh, I don't know. Leth doesn't care, though. Just going to run down the Heretic instead. Oh, here comes Puck, though.
Fuwafuwa is here, though, looking for the...
but Necro's here as well. I was just thinking he's not in mid.
Oh, right.
Where's he gone?
Well.
Puck goes in, leash down onto Leth. Fuwafuwa, the half health already, though. Now taunted. Gonna go down to the Necro. That's a longer death timer. Unless they've changed that without me realizing. Leth gonna walk away fairly low. 2 off a DotA theming like they still maybe want something. Nope, they're gonna think better of it, and we're gonna see Rex just back off on his way to mid.
Yeah, obviously not the fight Fuwafuwa was looking for with that rotation, but Rex either read it or saw the action going on and thought he'd get himself a kill for himself. Yeah, just turned that around completely on him.
Yeah, I mean, pulling up the net worth here, I mean, we had gold per minute a second ago, but 2 off a DotA are actually doing very well, despite the fact last hit-wise, they're definitely up here now that Weaver's just overtaken. But I mean, still fairly similar. But popping over to net worth, and we're seeing, you know, a fairly big lead. I mean, we got a grand already. The full big K.
Yeah, the time where Breaking Baps were able to pressure out this Weaver seems to have passed for now. DNS spending his time making stacks and trying to make something else happen on the map. Which means that Coil's kind of left to his own device and not able to stop the Weaver from farming.
Yeah, I mean, I think the rotation down bot was good because obviously that Dragon Knight's not having the best time compared to the Weaver, but yeah, I mean, Coil's struggling a bit when left solo, so now just zoned out mostly from the lane. I mean, it's somewhat the point of the POS 3 that you can just abandon them if need be, but Not necessarily the best thing to be dealing with. Leth gonna go here and taunt, but taking a lot of damage from Griff.
The hope is that the stacks that PNS has been making will eventually allow Breaking Baps to catch up this deficit that they've built up now, because like there's a triple stacked Ancient Camp and I think, triple stacked Hard Camp, whereas there's only one stack in the triangle for DotA.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, triple stack in there. A lot of creeps. Triple stack in there as well, is that? Yeah. Triple stack in both camps. Looking very good. What are we building here? Arcane Boots. 20 charges in the stick.
There's actually 4 stacks in the Ancient Camps. There's like one of each. There's a Granite Golem, Ancient Black Dragon, the Thunderhide, and the Ice Shaman.
Oh, Sed taking a lot of damage. Gonna go down. Not level 6 yet. Rotations come in. Bassmaster and Rax. Things aren't looking good for Coil, but can they slow him down enough for everyone to catch up? Ult goes down, and it is enough. I wasn't expecting it to be. Rotations coming in for the side of Baps. Heretic and Tom are there. Tom was already there, obviously. Fuwafuwa coming up. And nothing else going to happen, though. Just a little bit of shouting at each other from across the street, but that's going to be all.
I was about to say, if Coil lifts that ult and he's got enough health left, I would imagine him to immediately just throw out the Solar Guardian and try to get himself up in the air. Because if they get away from that and burn the side, that would have been great for them.
Yeah, I mean, I really didn't think that Scythe was going to do enough. There must have been a decent bit of damage just come out while the Scythe had been cast, but... Because, I mean, what are we... is it... Where's the damage? 0.7. I thought it was 0.6, actually, so a little bit more than I thought, but... You got to have rid of a lot of health, really, for that to be getting the kill. But a couple of early Scythe kills for Necro, which is very good. Just, you know, getting those stacks up for the regen.
Yeah, I think there's a 5th stack on the Ancient Camp now in the Radiant Triangle.
No.
Because there is 2 Granite Golems.
Oh my god, there is, yeah.
Other creep in.
That's a lot of... Can any of them take that right now? Dragon Knight's going to struggle. I mean, the Dawnbreaker. But yeah, but I mean, if you're going to have stacks, you got to protect stacks.
Well, yeah, but at the same time, like, are PredatorCC really in a position to steal that right now? It's 5 stacks.
Immediately, no. But in the next few minutes, if they did it as a team, you know, between Necro and Axe, you know, shield from the Abaddon, damage over time from the Ogre. I think if they took a fight near enough the triangle, they could find those and get rid of them.
Well, for the moment, it does not look like DotA are making any moves towards them. So for now, they are safe. But yeah, Griff will have to take that as soon as he can.
Yeah, TP coming in bot. That's a strong push from DeBastMaster coming in to try and stop Griff. Oh, sorry, my bad. Rax on his way down as well. Gonna leave, though. Oh, they are gonna catch Tom TPing in. No mana at all. But a wasted Scythe as Coil comes in with the ult. Taunt from the Axe right in the middle of everything. Leash goes down. We obviously Tom go down to the Culling Blade. Axe goes down, though, as well. Rax gonna go down on that Necro, and very good fight for Baps.
Yeah, that Scythe coming out was very surprising to me. I don't think PNS got healed up too much by the Solar Guardian. I think he was nowhere near.
Oh, it must have been dewarded. I think they dewarded that ward in the jungle. I can't draw on the map, apparently. My bad. Dewarded the ward that Dire had down in their jungle to see the rotations coming over, which could explain why they got caught off guard so easily, but also drastically, should I say? But you know, I mean, look at the gold swing. 1,500 gold going the way of Baps there. A very good fight. A very good fight. A wasted Scythe. A Culling Blade did go down for the X, but 2 ults used either side.
Griff has finished his armlet now, so I imagine once he's got his old dragon form again, he'll make some move towards these ancients and maybe get some of his team to help out clearing them.
They've got me on edge about these ancients. I'm worried. A lot of heroes top at the moment for both teams.
Sadab also able to steal the wisdom Wisdom Rune there on the side of Radiant. While the one on their side
Very
is still
nice,
there.
very sneaky. But yeah, I was a bit worried he was a little out of position. I think Leth heading over here now. We're gonna have all 5 heroes top for 2-up for Dota. I mean, if we see a rotation from the puck, we're gonna have all 10 heroes top for the game.
Yeah. Griff is starting to work on those stacks, so at least one is already in his pocket. And
these are the little stacks, though. Has he got to the big stacks yet? Oh, here he goes.
Going for now.
They do have the armor reduction from Tom. Yeah.
Especially with the minus armor from Vayne's.
Our 2-up for Dota going to push a man advantage here, though, as these stacks are getting taken. He's taking those stacks better than I thought he would. I'm impressed.
I mean, it's a fire dragon, isn't it? That cleave just helps a lot.
Everyone's sort of postulating here. They want to fight, but is it going to happen? Coil caught. Going to get the scythe down on him. And Left jumps in on the axe. They're going to catch Heretic. Tom going down. Stun goes out, but too late. 2 culling blades for the axe. That's going to be a very nice fight for 2-up for Dota. A lot of game left to play.
Probably a little miscommunication there on the side of breaking Baps, thinking that we're going to take that fight. Well, after clearing that ancient stack, Griff was in no position to take a fight, so that was definitely very much a tower to drop. And yeah, like too hot for that, too hot for Dota. Moving into the dire jungle now. Fortunately, they had already taken those stacks away.
I mean, really taking back that gold there that they lost in that previous fight. They just want to make sure that it's maintaining a lead. I mean, this is a completely different 2-hot for Dota than we saw last week. Definitely way more coordinated, which has been their issue throughout the tournament so far. I think that there's hope for them here to pull something out of the bag, but not over yet. I wouldn't want to suggest that Baps were out of it by any means, because there's definitely a lot of goon Dota left to play, and there's a lot of goons here to play it.
I mean, those stacks did for them what they needed to. Griff now top of the net worth chart after taking those.
Yeah, very good point. But I mean, that Dawnbreaker still pretty far down. I mean, not far behind the axe. So yeah, nothing detrimental yet. They are going to catch Sedhep in the jungle here. Don't know what he was doing. Maybe just a bit far. He does have Rax next to him. His ult's going to pop, but he's turned round maybe a little bit confidently. Swap comes in just to get Fuwafuwa out. 2-up for Dota now coming back. Rax with the ult. That's going to be another stack on the Reaper's side. Heretic looking low as well. Left doing a great job jumping on these backlines. They're going to catch Tom as he tries to escape as well. And that's going to be 3 dead to none for 2-hot for Dota. Or 3 dead for Baps. Killed by 2-hot for Dota.
Yeah, that's the downside for the Breaking Baps lineup. You've got a lot of this movement control, but the only like real anchor you have to fight around is Griff on this Dragon Knight, or potentially like someone being Soda Guardian. But if the Dawnbreaker gets taken out first, you've got nothing to stand at this beefy Bats for Dota lineup running at you.
I mean, it could just be unfortunate positioning or, you know, tactical targeting by 2-up for Dota to... You know, it does feel like they're making sure they're putting their Stormbreaker in the ground first every fight.
Yeah, it's definitely working out for them. But also, like, Griff has not been able to join his fight so far. So
Torn goes out on a Tom. He's going to drop very quickly. Coil caught out here. And he is going to give them vision that he's there. Put himself up in the sky to get out. Not sure where he's jumping to. Where's our boy Coil gone? He jumped to Griff. Am I correct? That ability is a target a friendly hero, isn't it? Target an ally.
Yeah, untargeted, but for, like within a certain distance of an allied hero.
Okay. Good to see that second tier 1 fall for Baps. 2-up for Dota. Just, I mean, pushing strong at the moment. 5k lead. They're just in a comfortable position out at the end of this early game. I think it's what you'd expect. It feels like they have a brawlier team.
Yeah, they definitely this early in the game they have the more around Adam lineup. Griff just trying to farm up as much as he can during this time while he still has a chance. He's going for the BKB next.
Yeah, I mean, Griff with the Orchid.
That's going to be the big item they're looking to fight around.
That Orchid feels interesting for me. Especially when you got a puck on your team.
Yeah, I mean, there's still plenty of targets for it, so I don't think you can have enough sinuses against this team.
Yeah, yeah, quite possibly. But I mean, you
Maybe
already
likes the stats
they've got two AOE silencers coming out of other heroes on the team. Are they maybe going to be lacking damage with him picking up the Orchid? Because it's a long way to build that into a Bloodthorn.
Orchid also like provides a fair bit of damage. I don't think Dragon Knight is unhappy with the stats it gives.
No, I guess it's attack speed, isn't it?
Gonna
try still going to be better items. Griff going to come in with the ult. They get the stun off on the Weaver. The Weaver silenced at the moment because that Orchid that I was just complaining about coming in a great play there. So I'll take back everything I just said.
I think Griff heard you say that. He was like, we're going to share this guy with us.
We're going to see the Scythe come down, take out the Disruptor, but that does... Oh my god, Hero's going down left, right, and center here. 2 hot for DotA chasing down under the tower as 3 are down for Baps here. Fuwafuwa very low, gonna fall to Rex chasing, and Venge smoked up somewhere. Smoked up, just trying to hide. See, I think maybe looking for a swap out to save a core, but we're gonna see that last tier 1 fall. I mean, a more even fight.
We're breaking Baps, but Griff, I think, just ruined himself on Axis Blade Mill in combination with the spins. I think he took an inordinate amount of damage from that, and that's eventually allows him to bring him down. And then you've got the same problem of your big, like, tanky core to fight around is gone.
I mean, just so much, like, just straight up attack damage coming out from 2 hot for DotA by comparison. They've got nearly twice as much damage from right clicks. I mean, they're similar on abilities, but... Swap comes in onto Zed. The Abaddon trapped under the tower. Stunned again. The ult's gone off. Now he's going to start losing health for the last time, and he is going to go down.
And so freebie that Breaking Bab's going to be only too happy to pick up.
I think just quiet position. They are going to go and steal that Wisdom Rune again, though. If Zed can't do it, someone will, seems to be the motto. $7K lead now for 2 hot for DotA. I mean, the way the fights are going... What's the comeback here for Baps? What do they need? Is it all based around that Dragon Knight, do you think? Or is there something we want to see on Fuwafuwa?
I would expect mostly so. He's going to have his BKB in about 1,000 gold. I feel like that's like the big thing they're waiting for to fight around. Because you saw how long he was already living in that last fight without it.
Yes.
So if he gets the BKB, I imagine they still might have a fighting chance, but he's going to have to be careful for this Axe Blade now.
Yeah, and I mean, to be fair to him, Dragon Knight, great hero for taking down towers. Brilliant siege weapon for breaking Baps to utilize. Oh no, Griff going through the pole. Is Heretic going to get caught out here? He's trying to get a ward down. The axe is around there. Have either of them seen each other? Right, I think Heretic just spotted that left.
Him now. He's going straight back into the trees. He's like,
yeah, he doesn't want to be seen here. He's just going to wait. That's going to go through that portal. Heretic now thinking that he's safe. Nope, nope. Oh, they're smoked, so they won't have shown on the wave.
Oh,
he's broken. He knows he's in there somewhere. And Heretic's going to become another stack of Reaper's Scythe for that Necro.
I wonder why he didn't just TP out.
They're TPing in on the bot lane as Leth's running up behind Griff here. Rooted by the Weaver, who's finished up that Gleipnir. Oh, Dawnbreaker's coming in, but Dragon Knight's left! Dawnbreaker now on the run. Saved his carry, but put himself into jeopardy here. They're going to surround him while he's up in the air, and he's going to go down. Yule's on the Necro there. I did wonder, I thought, has he got a Yule's on Dawnbreaker and just killed himself there with it? But no, it wasn't aggressive Yule's, so I think that's fine. That's expected.
Yeah, I'm not so sure he did actually save Griff with that.
I think Griff was out anyway, yeah.
Down so far. It was just very well identified by Griff that they used the call and did not have any other TP counts available.
Yeah, no, I think you're right. I think Griff would have been okay regardless. Maybe slow on the cancel button.
Yeah. Either that or just wanted to channel that just in case he did get stunned in the end. Didn't want to leave him hanging if he...
Well, that's true, yeah. I mean, the way we've been talking about it, you know, this Dawnbreaker's been struggling. If Dragon Knights, they're their hero. Do they really want to risk the death on the Dragon Knight?
Well, that BKB is online for him now, so if there ever was a time to fight, it is now.
Invis here on Bassmaster. They're going to walk up onto this high ground on the triangle. They are going to find Coil. Yeah. Beautiful blink. Swapped out! Swapped out by Tom, but the scythe still goes down. He does die, but I don't think he died to the scythe. I think that might have been a Culling Blade. I'm not sure. And we are going to lose Coil anyway. Herrrington was looking low, is going to time-lapse back. And we're going to lose Fuwafuwa as well. A bit of... I mean, Griff's in. He's BKB'd. He's in Dragon form. He's as strong as he can be. A bit of control coming out from Heretic on the high ground, but it's not going to be enough. We see Griff fall as well. They are now going to start chasing Heretic. He's got that clarity up, but I don't think that clarity is going to be doing much for him. No, I mean, how many Culling Blades have we got now? I mean, it's 25 cut up blood. I don't know how many Culling Blades that is, because... It's got to be a lot of them. We'll find out at the end of the game, I'm sure.
I think it's actually exactly a lot of them. I think you might be right on the money there. But yeah, I think the big problem for breaking Baps at the moment is just expending too many of their defensive tools. Like heroes getting caught that are not going to win the fight for them. Obviously, like Dawnbreaker would not have anything available there, but having a swap to maybe help out Griff there would probably have done more than Tom sacrificing his own life to potentially save the Dawnbreaker, which he did not end up doing.
Right. We have had a request to do the maths on the axe. So, is it anyone who dies in an area, or is it anyone who dies to an ability for his coat of blood? Whenever Axe gets a kill, he permanently gets... Right, so I knew it was 3 times for thingy, so he's got 25. Problem is, I need to know what level he was for the kills. He's got 9 kills, 25 coat of blood, so roughly 7 or 8 of them, I'd say, have been Culling Blades. So approximately 6 to 9 Culling Blades, we'll say. And a huge fight going up here. Griff again, BKB, Dragon form. He's going to sit there and survive a while, but where is his team? Scythe goes off and he goes down, and Coil's here again! All on his own! Coil gonna fall. I think expected. Tormentor falls as well. Just nothing on the Radiant side surviving this this brutal attack by the Dire. Not even the buildings. Or not even whatever the Tormentor's meant to be. Sentient cube?
Yeah, and what chance Breaking Bap still had of potentially fighting around their big DK are rapidly evaporating. These fights are not very much not what they're looking for here.
I mean, win probability 91% in favor of 2 Hot for DotA right now, according to the algorithm. I know Jazz Hands last week decided he'd have a stab at the stats himself and contradict that. I don't know if you're a man of science or a man of whimsy, Jasper.
I am very much a man of science, and I at this point I'm thinking 8% win probability for Breaking Baps is generous.
Yeah, I think I'll stick with the algorithm's prediction as well. We'll leave to the balls to the walls up in the sky estimations to Jazz Hands.
As far as Breaking Baps goes, I feel like their biggest plan is now let's hope they throw high ground.
Huge. I think that's quite possibly the first Wisdom rune that Baps have picked up this game.
I do not know how the first 2 Wisdom runes
big shout out to them.
Like,
I've seen at least 2 go to 2 hot. We are on the 4th Wisdom rune, so I could be wrong, but... What is going on here?
Yeah,
I mean...
It's getting harder and harder to find the fight for Breaking Baps.
Yeah, I mean, Baps smoked now, looking in the Dire jungle, but I don't know what they're smoked and looking for, because they can see at least 4 of the heroes underneath their tier 2 in the bot lane.
Yeah, it's either just trying to find some space to farm while they're not defending high ground yet, or hoping to find someone farming off by themselves.
I mean, a 20k lead now for 2 Hot for DotA. It feels too much to come back from at this point.
Yeah, these fights are going to be almost impossible for
I think 10k is where you're at for a comeback, really, but...
There's a Glideneer and a Linkosphere on the Weaver. You've got the Ogre with Spirit Vessel and Pipe. Abaddon almost finishing up his Ags. This is going to be incredibly hard to fight into for Breaking Baps.
Looking for a Roche here. Waiting for it. They're waiting for it to come through. I mean, I can't say they can't do it because they are quite far ahead, but yeah, they've just dropped a K and gold lead because they're all just standing around waiting for Roshan to potter on down to his holiday home.
I mean, I could do it 20 more times before their lead has, like, gone away. So, you know.
All right, so they've got, what, 10 minutes of standing around before they've got a problem? Because I think they'd lose about a K every 30 seconds.
Well, yeah, but I imagine before those 10 minutes are
Not
over,
to mention, I maybe not considered by Too Hot for Dota, but that vision provided by the Dawnbreaker when it turns day, they know exactly where they're stood around waiting. The question is, are they going to do anything about it? Doesn't look like they are.
Oh, I don't think you have any way to take this fight as Breaking Baps. I think you'd rather defend your high ground against Aegis than try to make your way over here.
Yeah, I think quite possibly. But I mean, it is an interesting idea because it's not something I think about. So I'm gonna guess a lot of players don't think about it, but just knowing every 5 minutes that, or every time it turns day, just the enemy knows where you are. So you got to be very careful where you're at those times.
Yeah, well, this is probably one of the situations where you're like least worried about that.
I don't think Too Hot for Dota are worried about anything. I think they're riding high right now.
Yeah, especially on the team playing against Dawnbreaker. Generally doesn't occur to me that they get that when I'm playing the Dawnbreaker myself. I tend to remember it better.
Dragon Knight top, just on his own. No, he is TPing back as the entire team comes to the gates, knocking on the door of the base. Herrrington with the Aegis now. Silence and Leech comes in from the puck. They only get the... Oh, no, they got Herrrington, but he does break the Leech. The Disruptor ult is out. Backlines, we lose the puck, who was trying to dive the supports, but the supports just hit him anyway. Leth goes down as they dive the other way. And Too Hot for Dota kind of hanging around now. They're backing off. Not quite sure why. Are they intending to wait out the Dragon form on the Dragon Knight?
I mean, they didn't have a wave anymore either, so if anything, they were waiting for that. But yeah,
I think you might be right as wave comes up and they head back in. Stuns out onto Griff. Griff looking very low. I think we've used Scythe. We have. Glimpse goes out to get rid of DeBastMaster. Rax puts himself in the sky, and Breaking Baps just going to back as we're seeing the armlet toggle on the Dragon Knight just to keep himself alive as he heads back to base. And Baps going to lose a Rax to Rax. Well, more so to Herrrington, but Rax is around and it's a better punt.
Yeah, it was a kind of unfortunate static storm by Heretic in that fight. The green coil from Fuwafuwa to open it up.
They're in on the Abaddon, who's just trying to finish off this Rax. The ult does pop. The Rax is finished. No damage coming out, though, therefore no healing. Leech comes out on the backlines from Fuwafuwa, but Fuwafuwa just going to get slammed down by Herrrington. Griff trying to run away. No Dragon form. The Glimmer comes out, I think, from... Oh, it comes out from Heretic, but Tom and Griff going to go down anyway. Buyback on Tom on the Ventral Spirit. Aegis still up on that Weaver. Yeah, I mean, a very difficult high ground hold. Left's in. Coil's stuck out in the front again. No support for him. Griff back in Dragon form, trying to take out the Weaver. They've got the Static Storm down, but nothing to hold the Weaver in it. 2 minutes still left on Aegis. Griff stood a bit close, unable to really do anything. He's going to get slowed. He's going to turn to fight. Scythe is back up, back out, and another kill.
Yeah, that was
GG call goes out. And as his last racks fall, that is going to be game one. The first win of the Goonta National for Too Hot for Dota. I mean, huge. Huge first game for them.
Yeah, absolutely. They just picked the Beefy Run At 'em lineup, and Beefy Run At 'em is what they did. It was the name of the game.
Take us back to our lovely little
I feel like
lobby.
there were definitely fights that like there were definitely fights that Breaking Baps could have had, but like the team fight tools they had, not able to utilize them in a way that I would want. So yeah, it's unfortunate for them. I feel like they definitely had a shot at this at some points in the game, but it just wasn't there in the end.
Yeah, I think you're right. Going in pretty even for the start, but just the movement coming out from Too Hot for Dota. I think great ganks from the mid, very strong play on the axe, and honestly, great movement from the supports. I mean, 0 deaths at all on Bassmaster, 3 from Sed, little bit out of position at times, but for the most part, they just played a very solid game. And having spoken to Zoe last week, Zoe stood in for them last week against Widows. She had coach and manager this year, technically, coming from the previous year's team, and I think the year before that for Too Hot for Dota, said that with it being basically an entirely new team this year, other than Bassmaster holding them all together, that they didn't have a lot of cohesion, but not what I would say from the game I just watched.
Yeah, and I think that's also what makes this matchup kind of interesting, because I might be mistaken here, but I don't think any of the Breaking Baps members have played in Gunternational before. Maybe Heretic has, but I don't seem to remember him on any team.
Yeah, I couldn't tell you. I mean, the names I recognize, but having only played last year myself.
Definitely known lads, but I feel like they might also all be new to the Gunternational. So that makes this a somewhat interesting matchup in the sense that it is just loaded with new or relatively unknown lads.
Definitely. I mean, the only reason I'm putting so much weight on Too Hot for Dota as opposed to Baps is Baps obviously did get a game. They won a game against Widows, I'm pretty sure. Which, to be honest, I'd say no easy feat. So,
yeah, I mean, this is kind of what you're looking for, I feel, in this this series, because I think if Breaking Baps had won the first game, they would be like secure to be third in the group.
Yes, they would,
even if they lost the second one. So having the first game go to Too Hot for Dota makes this very exciting, because this is going to be the deciding game.
It makes it so much tenser. It's the battle for the bottom, and it all comes down to one game. Oh, what a game to cast!
Soups was asking earlier whether we were gonna see Fuwafuwa get his visage. It is not gonna be this game. I can tell you that right now. There's no way they're gonna pass out on this game.
I'm interested to see if we're going to get the same bans again, at least from Too Hot for Dota. Underlord ban straight out away. And a lovely little respect ban coming out on the Abaddon for Baps. I know that'll make Sed happy with himself. I think Abaddon's just annoying to deal with. And he was good in lane, wasn't he?
He's been a massively successful hero in the tournament. If you don't plan on picking it yourself, or like you're just that worried about dealing with it, there is nothing wrong with just getting it out.
Honestly, I did cross my mind in the previous draft that had Baps shot himself in the foot a bit by banning the Luna, because Too Hot for Dota do like to pick up the Luna, but haven't had a lot of success with it. So I did wonder if it was almost helpful that the Luna was just off the cards and couldn't be picked at all.
I don't think so. I think Luna could have done exactly the same as Weaver did in that game. Like, the tanky run at him lineup would still be there, and Luna is just like more of the like steamroller over carry than Weaver on a team like that, I feel.
I can accept it, but I definitely think the mobility on the Weaver and sort of the additional like survivability in lane because of it helped Herrrington out a lot. Clockwork coming out.
10 seconds remaining.
Very popular.
It's not a very popular hero in this tournament.
What's our win rate on Clockwork? Have you got it? Like the tournament win rate. And Shadow Demon not getting banned this time, so Shadow Demon coming out for Too Hot for Dota. The Bubble Boy, as I think a lot would describe him. You know, Shadow Demon. Oh, go on.
Clockwork has been in 14 games and has a 57% win rate.
I think honestly a positive win rate is impressive, but the number of games he's been is huge.
We were talking about the Abaddon earlier. He's been in 12 games and he has a 91% win rate.
No.
Yes.
Fucking hell.
That is how good that hero has been this tournament.
I would have thought, we maybe had some Abaddon mains in the chat then worried about what was going to happen to their beautiful win rate they'd worked on all tournament as he got picked up by one of the team's bottom of the groups. But bottom of the groups for how much longer? We are going to see the Axe ban, the Necro ban, both not wanted to be seen again, and Luna ban coming out again, and a Viper ban. Whereas for Too Hot for DotA, they're going to ban that Visage again. So sorry, Soups. No Fuwafuwa Visage coming out. And the Medusa ban once more.
I would have been incredibly surprised if they were going to let the Visage through for this game.
I mean, some pretty similar bans.
This is probably like the one game I would not let that through for any team.
Also, I've just realized that Too Hot for DotA banned their own Ogre. Clearly already having decided not to play it again. Which I can respect. I definitely have a lot of respect for the we're not going to play the same thing again draft. We're going to come out, we're going to pick something different. Have some fun with it.
They probably had like an idea for the supports they wanted to play this game, which is likely the two or have come out.
Lion, two short boys for two short kings for Baps and two tall chappies for Too Hot for DotA.
I don't think Shadow Demon is that much taller than Lion.
No, he's a little bit taller. I'd say Lion's probably what, like 5'5", and Shadow Demon's like 5'8", 5'9".
Those numbers tell me nothing, but you're probably right.
Sorry, I'm suggesting that Shadow Demon is still short to average, and Lion is a short boy, and Clockwork is a certified dwarf.
Yeah, absolutely. Shadow Demon also further back than Lion, so probably still taller. He just looks smaller next to the tree, obviously.
But Treant's got to be huge, right? Surely Treant's like 7 foot. So, I mean, if he's further back, which would make him look shorter, and he still looks pretty tall next to Treant, he's got to be like 6 foot.
Don't know about you, man. I only see 2 feet on him.
5 seconds remaining.
Fuck's sake. I'm just saying, I think Shadow Demon's getting swiped right on Tinder. Earth Spirit coming out. Earth Spirit mid, do you think? Is that a Fuwafuwa Spirit of the Earth?
I don't know whether this is like a special for either Coil or Fuwafuwa. And I mean, I imagine Too Hot for DotA has some idea of where it's going to go. I would probably expect it mid over off lane, considering the heroes Coil and Fuwafuwa have been playing. But Fuwafuwa also doesn't have too many games, and most of his games are visits.
I feel like I've seen it, but I'm not sure I've seen it for anyone but
a hero like Earth Spirit as well.
Yeah, so Shadow Demon and Tree Protector definitely are two supports for Too Hot for DotA. Interesting again. I'm trying to think if I've seen Zed play either of these. I think it's going to be a Bassmaster Shadow Demon and a Zed Hep Tree Protector. Tiny mid probably, so that's going to Rax, I reckon.
Yeah, I would expect so. Well, no, I don't.
No, I think that's right.
Rax is mid, right? Yeah.
Yeah. Tiny going mid with Rax, I reckon, and then that'll be Slardar for Leth.
Yeah, that seems to make most sense.
On the other side, I reckon it's definitely a Heretic Lion. Tom's going to be taking that Clockwork to run that around the map. So, yeah, right, that Tidehunter guarantees that's a Fuwafuwa Earth Spirit and an off-lane Tidehunter on the Coil. So, 2 carries left to pick, at least as far as we can see. And as far as the teams can see as the bans start coming out. Spectre ban and an Ursa ban. They banned the Spectre last time. I mean, I think other than the Ogre, these are all the same bans as the previous draft for Too Hot for DotA.
Yeah, I mean, they're mostly targeted on the heroes their opponents often play. Bring out the Dragon Knight ban now against Griff.
I mean, as a last ban, I actually think they're not giving that Dragon Knight enough respect, because I think with the rest of the team around him, when the Dragon Knight came online, he could have been a lot worse than he was. You know, if they hadn't had that 10k lead, if it had only been 5 or so, I think that Dragon Knight could have caused them some problems because he had the survivability to stand up to them in a fight.
I mean, would you have expected them to pick it 4th here, though?
True.
Because if you're not afraid of them picking it 4th, like there's no problem moving it to the last ban.
I guess that's fair. Depends how hard you want to go into countering it. I think personally when drafting, I do sometimes worry that you are just going to get the really ballsy carry pick 1st or 2nd, and you don't expect it. The bans haven't gone out, and then you got to think about countering, which I'm sorry, I just don't know how to do.
Fan. I mean, you've got a decent amount of beef on breaking Baps' lineup this time.
I think Baps definitely decided they weren't survivable enough last game. I mean, the Sven carry, I believe it's pretty strong at the moment. You know, just a strength core. He's going to run in. He's got the cleave. He's going to slap hard, and he's going to take a beating before he goes down.
I mean, these are still 2 very beefy teams, all things considered.
Definitely. I mean, is it damage too hot for DotA looking for here? I know they're looking for a carry. That Weaver ban has gone out last as well. Nice bit of respect there for Herrrington.
I would probably expect something ranged, maybe, because like this is a very close combat focused lineup, and against tight Sven, I'm not sure if like that's what you want to go all in on.
I think I'd agree with you. Do you want a life stealer that just doesn't get pushed around too much, though? But then how is that really going to stack up to the Sven particularly well? But you do have the Slardar, who's going to go in and bash the Sven about a bit.
Yeah, I could see life steal. I could see them leaning somewhat more into the anti-armor. Makes sense.
Yeah, it does. And also, how much Muerta have we had this tournament? I feel like that's we've only had. I think we must have had one, having looked at the unplayed heroes the other week, but I don't think we can have had many. So as I thought, Bassmaster on that Shadow Demon, Set Het rocking the Tree Protector, Rax going mid with the Tiny, offlane Slardar on Leth, and Herrrington going to be running around as a spooky little skeleton woman. A lovely skin there for the clockwork from Tom. Heretic on the Lion, Fuwafuwa going mid on Earth Spirit, offlane Tidehunter from Coil, and Griff with a big old sword running around on Sven. I think we predicted those perfectly.
Yeah, there have been 2 Muerta games so far. Neither's won a game.
Okay, so if not only is this the battle for the bottom, the deciding game for Group 4, which team will go into the blender of the elimination round. This is also the decider for will Muerta get a win in this tournament.
Well, let's keep it up in this group stage, because it's very much could still happen after.
It's all to play for in so many ways. Let's get into this one. Oh, what a game.
It was time to prepare for battle.
What's happened to my beautiful, beautiful camera settings? There we go. Oh, dear. Smokes are out for Baps on the Dire side this time. Both teams heading down to the same rune spot. We're going to see a collision here.
Yeah, they're very much turning away from their strat in the first game, and they're just fucking ramming it.
Said going straight with the question to check if they're smoking. Oh, here we go. Smoke's going to break any second.
It's gonna be scrap here.
Griff breaks, runs up the high ground. Stun goes out onto 3. Second stun comes out from the Lion. Zed looking low. Cogs goes out. Tom's now low. Tom trying to back off. A lot of damage coming out from that Shadow Demon. Tom goes down for first blood. Tiny looking low. Tiny's going to fall. Fight's still going on. Coil low in the back. Fuwafuwa low in the middle. We see the Sven fall as well. Everybody's not got any health. Bassmaster just throwing out the poison on the Shadow Demon. Heretic, run. Don't let them have all 5. Heretic makes it away. What a different start.
Yeah, very much a promising start to the fight there for Breaking Baps with the 2 3-man stuns coming out, but the
deny! He got the deny! Sorry, shouting over you there, but he got the deny. The battle for the runes. Oh.
Yeah, the counter initiation coming in there from the Slithering Crush on Leth very much to stop that in its tracks, and the damage retaliation was just quicker to come in from to out for DotA and Breaking Baps there.
Yeah, I mean that Shadow Demon poison just combing through everybody in that fight basically. I think it's just some AoE that Baps didn't seem to have, and maybe they didn't have the target priority. Maybe between the cogs and some of the stuns and the positioning of the heroes, they just couldn't get through to get the hits on. But not a good start.
I think this is a combination of little things. Like there's gonna have been a leech seed there healing people up. There was the attack slow from Slithering Crush. These are all things that just stack up and make sure that the damage from 2 out for DotA comes out just a little bit faster than for Breaking Baps.
But I mean, already a 1k lead for 2 hot for DotA. And just all on those cores. And said Hep, apparently. I kind of love... I need to double check the stats, and I forgot to look at the fight recap, but it felt like there was a lot of damage coming out from the Shadow Demon, as I keep pointing out. And the Shadow Demon just did not get any of the gold for those kills.
What do you mean? Like he got a kill and 3 assists. There's got to be.
Yeah, but looking at the net worth, he's just not on the same level as the rest of his team. I know we've had a little bit of farming going on now, but I think he was about 300-400 gold below the rest of them.
I'd say he's probably also spent some on consumables since then, because he was fully out of mana after engagement.
Quite possibly. DotA, an economics lesson for us all. Consumable items will not contribute to your net worth, therefore make smart investments in items that are going to last you a long time.
We did got the early boots. I don't know if he started with those, but yeah, that's always nice to have as support. Getting those early boots, it's giving you the trade advantage into the other support.
Yeah. I mean, just looking at this Sven, I don't know what's coming out in his courier. Where's the courier? He's getting a stick coming out in his courier, but just in general, not a lot going on there. He does have a full bracer, but otherwise not a lot going on in the items there. Full wand on the mortar and the blades of attack. I guess actually not insanely far ahead.
No, you also gotta consider that these are like a couple hundred difference. Like it's gonna be maybe like a small item in difference.
Well, no, I mean a 500 gold lead on the mortar compared to the Sven. It's a pair of boots. Sorry, drifted off there in that sentence as I was just watching this fight begin to unfold, trying to work out if anything was going to happen. And it is, as the stun comes out to Heretic from Leth, and that lion's going to fall.
Yeah, so far, definitely see Herring pulling ahead in the last hits compared to Griff's.
Yeah.
As well as the Slider compared to the Tide, actually. Both safe and off lane doing a lot better for 2 outs for DotA in this game so far.
Yeah, and I mean, even where are we looking? What are we looking at for the mid lane? I mean, Earth Spirit. No, sorry, Earth Spirit like 1700. I mean, about a 200 gold difference in the mid lane, but I mean, let's look at it this way: the POS 5 on 2 hot for DotA is currently ahead of the POS 1 on Baps. Got 100 gold on him, and he's not even farming. I think that just shows what a major gold exchange we had in that first fight, and with all the bounty runes.
Yeah, I mean that like a start like that is always gonna have an effect like that. Obviously, Sven probably not like the best farming here. Level 1 is want to get those levels into Great Cleave before it really starts taking off.
Yeah, but I mean, both carries with decent farming potential. Stun comes out from Leth. We're going to see some damage going out onto Griff. The slow from Heretic just draining the mana of the Slardar. Nothing going to come from it. Does chuck out the stun. Is Griff going to chase? Nope. Nope, going to change his mind. Does have the stun ready, but probably feels he doesn't have the follow-up right now.
It is unfortunate that they're not really able to take advantage of this big double stun lane they have on the side of breaking Baps in the safe lane. Because if you get ahead in that lane, I think like with your Spike Stormhammer, you can just like heavily pressure your opponents, and it's a lot more difficult if they're going into the game with this much of an advantage.
Yeah, I mean, a great start for 2-0 for DotA. Maybe the start they needed, because Baps definitely got the potential to snowball here. You know, great initiation. Clockwork, once they get a blink on Tide, so many stuns. It's unreal. I mean, they've just got the ability to walk up to someone and tell them that they don't get to play the game for the next 20 seconds.
Yeah, the only one still really keeping up in the last hits is Fuwafuwa in the mid. Not a huge number of last hits behind. Rax and Tiny there.
Got down just in time to see Tom fall in the bot lane. Coil gonna walk away. He's alright. He's got 2 levels in Kraken Shell. Yeah, no, I mean, definitely 35 last hits on Muerta and 18 last hits on Sven. Griff really struggling here.
Yeah, imagine he's just looking to get his levels in Great Cleave and then back off to the jungle as soon as he can.
Yeah, are we going to see Tom go up to make some stacks here? He's going to get that ward, because I think they're definitely going to need them. We saw them do the same thing last game.
Yeah, he's definitely going to need to be on the stacking game like he was last game, and looks like that's exactly what he's going to do.
Battle of the Rock Boys mid, but I don't know if you've ever punched a rock. I can't say I have, but I feel like I know what it would be like. And it's probably not worth doing, because you're not going to really do much to it.
But have you ever seen a rock punch a rock?
I've hit a rock with a rock. Sometimes the rock cracks, but
yeah,
there's some tough rocks out there.
Basically how it goes, right? You're hoping that the other rocks cracks when you punch it.
Have we got a geology expert in the Discord that we can get in for an interview at the end of the game?
I feel like most people in the Discord are experts on everything, so he should have it.
Is it that, or is it that most people in the Discord think they're experts on everything? Oh no, Griff getting chased down in the top lane. But he's going to pull out that war cry and he's just going to leave. No, is he coming back? Don't come back, Griff. It's not worth it. Let your boy go. Boy's not even going to go. I mean, such a big stick. Such a big stick.
They took so much damage from the tower trying to get Heretic.
Yeah, maybe a bit of overconfidence there after they've been doing so well in the lane. Could have gone wrong. Heretic's come back. He's all alone in his lane. That's a ballsy pos 5 right there. It's my kind of pos 5.
I mean, that's the only thing you can try to do at this point. Just try to sub the XP, but it doesn't need some regen very quickly.
Yeah, I mean, or maybe rotate down, help your off lane if your carry doesn't want to be in the lane anymore. I know you don't massively want to leave a free lane, but
he's having his boots delivered. That's going to give him his tranquils and allow him to heal up.
Yeah, maybe you can hang around then. It's still risky, but yeah, I mean, you don't want to get the Slardar getting out of hand.
Are they really making anything happen in a different lane is the question. Coil does not have Ravage yet.
No, true. Level 7 on the Smurter, I mean.
I guess you could try like going for a kill on the tiny mid, but even then you'd much rather have Finger before you do that.
I mean, even on levels just coming out from XP from that first fight. We are going to see a rotation come down here for Baps. Fuwafuwa with a haste rune going to come in and try and make something happen. But that's a high level Muerta they're trying to take down. Tom's in. The silence comes out from Herrrington. Everybody's walking through that. Ult ready to go if needed. The ult goes out. It's popped. Coil looking very low. And Fuwafuwa ends up on the wrong side of everything. The ult's out from Fuwafuwa, but not doing too much. Tom's just walked away. Tom's left.
Yeah, I feel like at that point when you're missing the roll on the Earth Spirits, I think he just
what happened.
You don't have the 6 on tide.
I looked and he was just on the wrong side of that fight there to get away. He was almost under the tower. Wasn't sure how he'd got there because no one has any sort of movement abilities on 2-Up in that fight. Stun comes out onto Griff. Griff gonna God Strength. Left trapped under the tower, slowed down by the Hex. TP's come in. We got Fuwafuwa and Tom coming in. DeBastMaster and Leth just going to disengage. Just going to leave. I think the right move. In the river, we do have Rax, who was looking to come up, but with no mana, so it's probably best that the fight didn't happen.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Yeah, I think what may have happened in the bottom engagement is I didn't see, but Fuwafuwa may have gotten feared back by the Muerta. Because the initial misroll did not land in like behind the enemy. Going on the Rax and mid now.
I mean, they're hopeful. The cogs go down. Roll comes in with the stun. Beautiful kick on the cogs, pushes him back, zaps his mana, but he's just got so much health.
A punching the rock metaphor is still holding true there.
Yeah, rock punching rock, metal punching rock. Rock walks away.
Rock does have very little mana, but Rock can just like,
I've not met a rock with any mana yet.
I imagine if you do, he's gonna fucking toss you like somewhere else.
I mean, Battle of the Materials mid here. We've got metal and rock on one side and wood and rock on the other. Old rock and new rock. Modern rock. Heretic just going to get bullied away again while they take this tower. They're gearing up to do something. Tom's up here. He's around. Not a lot of mana. I think they want to look for something. Is he going to look for... He doesn't... He's only level 5. He's only level 5. Tom, go get your 6. DD discovered by said Hep. Fuwafuwa going to swoop in and take it. And just going to leave. A little bit of damage leached from by said Hep, but not too much. I mean,
yeah,
farm-wise... Oh, sorry, go on.
They're really going to need to make something happen around this this Tide Ravage now that they have it, I feel. Which he's going to try to do by TPing up top.
Oh, yeah, he's TP'd up. Here comes the Ravage! It's big, but where's the damage follow-up? Only 2 heroes up here for Baps. Now both rooted, are under that tower. Heretic melts away. Finger Death comes out, but does absolutely nothing to Left. TP's coming in. Fuwafuwa with that DD, gonna ball in. Griff in the back, just walking forwards. Leth gets the stun out. Coil looking very low. Toss goes up, lot of damage. Coil waddling away, doesn't make it out. They've got that Shadow Demon in there to throw down the damage. Fuwafuwa now out of mana. Left low. This ult is actually doing work this time from Fuwafuwa. Fuwafuwa gonna fall, though. Tom TP's back in for the first time, not sure. Left now out the back. Oh no, we see the first hook shot, but it's onto an illusion. Team's gonna leave. Everybody's out.
Dire's bottom tower is on its way.
Not the Ravage that we wanted.
No, the biggest thing they're lacking on breaking Baps is just the coordination. Like it was a good enough Ravage in and of itself, but like both of the other cores had to make their way over after it happened.
Yeah,
I feel like if you do
no
that
damage
while either the Earth Spirit or the Sven is there, that fight looks very different.
But I mean, 4 ults out on the side of Baps and 0 kills. I mean, look at the damage done, like pretty even. They just didn't actually kill anyone, and therefore no XP exchanges hands.
It's the old feed 1 by 1 strat.
Heretic's back. Heretic, leave the tower. Don't do it. Oh no, he's been bubbled. He's been bubbled. He'll now start getting slapped by his own illusions. Stun comes out, and he's going to fall very quickly. Killing spree for Leth. I mean, what we're looking at KDAs. I mean, we've got 4 heroes here with, I mean, no deaths because we've only got 1 kill from Baps at this stage. We're almost at a 10k lead at 15 minutes.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Yeah, this game is definitely not a better start for breaking Baps.
It's not what they wanted. This feels like a different Baps to me. This is, I mean, it's a different 2-op for DotA as well, so I'm not sure if money's exchanged hands somewhere or what's going on, but this is not necessarily the way I was expecting tonight's games to go. A lot of abilities getting thrown out here. Nobody really looking particularly low there. Ravage comes out again. Again, where's the damage follow-up? Finger of Death comes out on the left, but doesn't do anything. Coil falls on Tidehunter. Fuwafuwa now in. Ult goes out again. Fuwafuwa sort of backing off. Rax on half health, getting his mana drain. We might see DeathBastMaster finally fall. Well, no, DeathBastMaster fall for the second time. Is the possibly only death so far? Not sure. Focus on the fight. 3 heroes down for Baps. Nobody dies on the side of 2 hot for DotA. Once again, a clean fight. And the remaining 2 heroes for Baps just going to back off. Sorry, who have we had that one death on for? Oh, it's Rax. It's Rax in the mid.
During the first blood.
Yeah.
The first blood went 4 for 1, and that is the only kill breaking Baps have had all game.
Again, 4 ults go out on the side of Baps, and they don't get anything with it.
It's probably not a complete 4 ult, considering Griff's God Strength is coming up again now, so he probably did not have it for the fight at all.
No, he didn't. We had 4 though. We had Hookshot again, Ravage, Finger of Death, and I mean Finger of Death keeps going out on this Slardar and not getting anywhere near killing him.
I mean, it's just
they're going in on Heretic again in the mid lane this time though. Heretic just can't find a safe tower to sit next to.
It is just the coordination that is missing on the side of breaking Baps. Like, these fights are gonna get harder and harder as they keep losing them. And what they need is to just, like, have everyone on the team committed for a certain engagement. And instead what we're seeing is 1 or 2 heroes going in on something, and the rest of the team trying to make their way over. But by that time, you've lost the initiative of the engagement, and it's just, like, throwing bodies at each other, and the bodies of 2 Hots for DotA hit a lot harder there at this point.
Well, I think that last fight, not counting Heretic's death there, the fight down in the bot lane, we saw a lot of abilities go out from Baps without anyone really losing any health because the damage follow-up just wasn't there. They're throwing down a lot of control, but not really able to do anything with it.
Yeah, I think that's the biggest weak point we're seeing in both games from breaking Baps so far. Is just they get these like pretty good like team fight lineups, and then they just don't have the coordination.
Initiation comes out. Heretic. Oh, the Hex! Heretic's going to survive a little bit longer, but is going to fall. I mean, Heretic with 6 deaths here. I want to say all of Leth's kills are on Heretic.
Like, there is only 1 kill on breaking Baps, and that is on Heretic. Or you mean last?
I think Leth's got 4 kills, and I think all 4 of them might be on Heretic, who has 6 deaths.
You might well be correct. I have not been keeping track.
But it just he keeps getting caught under these towers and just jumped on by Leth with this Blink Dagger. I mean, Blink Dagger, Echo Saber on the Slardar is just a deadly combination for most of the enemy team, not just Heretic. I think this tower's going to go uncontested. I mean, I wanted to point it out before we got interrupted by action, but the Mjolnir that we've had up for a little bit now on Herrrington, on the Muerta, and comparatively looking at the Sven, I mean, Mask of Madness, but just got the Echo Saber, but I mean, this Sven's, I mean, he's lower in the net worth. Yeah, I was about to say it, but we've got the stats to prove it. This Sven is just slightly less farmed than the enemy Slardar.
I mean, the game started out with a significant advantage.
Hookshot! We got a hookshot. The follow-up, again, isn't there. The cogs go down and there's just nothing.
But you're also hanging around here with not enough mana to even cast Ravage.
He does have the Soul Ring. Initiation. No. Sven almost caught out. He's going to try and lose him in the trees. Breaks a tree. He's running. He's got the war cry up.
Gonna run up into Rex if he goes in there.
He's lagged.
Trying to find his way into the trees.
Is that what it was? It could have been lag. He is going to fall. Nothing he can do to that Slardar, just beating him down. Herrrington just going in 1v1 against Coil, and he would have had him. Ravage comes out. Will he get the... Ravage to try and save himself or get the kill. Almost managed to take Herrrington down, which could have made it worth it. Still questionable, but would have been a big gold exchange if they'd they killed Herrrington. I thought I heard the hook shot,
like,
but...
yeah.
I think it might be point blank range.
Yeah, he was probably trying to get himself out there, but I think he may have hit the creep wave or something, or was after Leth had already jumped him.
That sounds about right.
I'm not completely sure. Either way, if you blinked, you missed it, which is probably what happened.
I mean, clock is going to come back up, but we're back, almost back at that 20k lead, and I think much earlier than we got there last game.
Yeah, it is demoralizing, but like I don't think Coil has the luxury of like making defensive ravages to try and save himself.
No.
This game.
The only way that was worth it was if he killed the Muerta.
It needs to be a 5-man commitment, and we still have not really seen anything that from taking that.
Scan's going to come out. They know they're in the triangle, but I don't know what they're going to try and do. They've got no Ravage. They're going to look for something. I don't know if it's the right move.
They have hookshot and God Strength.
Hookshot comes out, misses. Still just trying to run them down. Smoke, but instantly broken for Griff. Griff's still running. He just wants something. He gets bubbled. Cogs are out. Backline is not going to get in there. Griff's going to go down before the fight even really kicks off. Followed by No, Heretic's there, sorry, because he's just put out another ultimate onto Leth and done no damage to him. Root comes out from said Hep, going to catch two if they can find them in the trees. They have found them. Coil and Heretic going to go down. Fuwafuwa in a 1v1 with Leth. They've GG'd. I was too focused on the fight, and that's going to be game 2 to too hot for Dota. What have we witnessed?
Yeah, I mean, if game 1 was like a draft that has potential that didn't come to fruition for Breaking Baps, like this was that like 3 times. At no point were they able to execute their teamfight lineup, and it just crumbles.
Absolutely crazy. Not the game I thought we would be casting tonight. I hate to say, I mean, first game, a lot more could have gone, a bit more back and forth, but just some great coordination and brawling from Too Hot for Dota. And game 2, from not even minute 1, before the runes came out, they were doing the work.
Yeah, I mean, if it wasn't for the one kill on Heretic during that first blood engagement, this would have been a perfect game by Too Hot for Dota. Yeah. My God. But the fact they only lost one man in that first fight is crazy. I mean, just insane. I mean, when you're looking at 0 kills basically across the board on Baps, 1 coming out on Heretic, which again, in that first fight, when I mean that kill could go to anyone. So, I mean, congrats to Heretic, but how far can we really put it? I mean, net worth wise, that's it's a very poor carry on your enemy team on Breaking Baps. I mean, like the story was similar to last game's, only with Too Hot for Dota coming out with a better start and better lanes. While they still had like the big Dragon Knight to potentially fight around in the first game, like Griff was never in a position like that in this game. I mean, I want to know damage-wise, because we had some pretty balanced, like, damage for fights, but, you know, the heroes just weren't dying. But I guess when we look at the overall scoreboard, you know, we got... I mean, the damage dealt numbers in this game do not lie. We got 15k damage coming out from Leth. If we look at Coil, 8k, so half. 10k basically from Fuwafuwa. Rax with 11. So honestly, Fuwafuwa did a lot of work in terms of the damage. Dragged a lot of weight in the team fights early on. Is the job of the mid, especially in that position. So, but no, I mean, less than 3k damage from Griff. Yeah, I mean, I'm at, like, you don't really expect a Sven that has had a bad lane at 21 minutes to be much higher up on the damage, especially considering you have had no kills since the first blood engagement over the runes.
Yeah, I mean, no shade at all thrown at Griff here. That game just went downhill so quickly. You wouldn't expect him to be out in the fights, but when you're just looking at it saying they couldn't get the damage out, I mean, it was just uncoordinated. I mean, great Ravagers, but just with no follow-up.
Yeah, like the numbers don't lie. The only hero on Too Hot for Dota who did less damage than the hero who did most damage on Breaking Baps is Sadhab.
Who's still out-damaged the Sven.
Yeah, I mean, it is a sad reality of this game.
And
yeah.
let's throw Sed a bone here. Nearly 7.5k healing. In not that long a game.
His job was not to deal the
yeah,
damage
exactly.
In this game. Like,
exactly.
It was not meant to like try to throw him shade for that, but yeah, that is just how bad the situation was for Breaking Baps.
But I mean, building damage as well. 320 building damage done by Fuwafuwa. Then that's it. Absolutely it. No, no one else did any.
They never got close to any of the towers.
Yeah, no one got a ranged tap at a tower in lane. Nobody hit anything later on. Nowhere near. The majority of the game was played Dire side. Crazy. I mean, I want to know when this graph really said no, they're too hot at winning this, and it was what, about 5 minutes, 6 minutes maybe, and it's just snowballed from there.
Yeah, definitely. Just from the perspective of Breaking Baps, not a game you want to obsess over too much. It is not hard to see where it went wrong. They just need to work on the coordination for these team fights.
Oh. Can we get Bassmaster dragged in here, please? I've just seen he had confirmed. I forget that OBS puts me straight into streamer mode, therefore I can't hear when anybody joins or sends me a message. So someone's gonna have to confirm when he's in here as well. Do we have a mod in the chat? Send us Bassmaster. Bring Bassmaster unto us. Yeah, Coil in the chat here. That game broke the team. Coil, I mean, my heart goes out to you. I played a similar game last night, also POS 3, and yeah, it's a hard one. I left my desk last night a broken man. We'll put it that way. But I mean, GG's still. GG's. You guys still put the effort in. You could have called GG way earlier and given up if you were that broken, but it's nice to see you still, try and pull it back. And yeah, no, I don't think anybody can be particularly upset with you. I don't think that's the team you were expecting to face tonight. Where are our mods?
It is still not over. Like, there is the last stage effort qualifier still to have the chance for Breaking Baps.
Can I app mod or something? Oh, mods 2.0, I can. I'll get told off for it. Oh, Gito's on it. We're getting him. Bassmaster?
Yeah, I was about to say something, and I was like, yep, I'm gonna get pulled. Yeah. Mid-sentence.
Oh, how are you feeling?
A bit invigorated, and
a bit,
and very sorry for Heretic. Very sorry for Heretic. The second game was not fun for him, especially. And
I mean, the guy couldn't leave his towers alone. He wanted to make sure that they had some company.
Sad. Like, the poor guy, he couldn't just deward the jungle. We just saw a glimpse of him entering the jungle, and we're like, oh, they're there. Get him.
I mean, dude, so game one, right? You come out the gates. It's fairly even. The lanes are back and forth, right? We're thinking this could go either way. Not sure what we're going to see. And then you guys come out of the laning phase. And, like, I want to say Sed and Herrrington had a very strong lane. Sed did a great job of putting down the harass, keeping it alive, but still a bit back and forth on the kills. Both of the lanes.
Strong.
But then you guys come out. So you guys come out of the bot lane with the axe and the ogre. And Rax comes out of mid, and you guys just seem to start to roll around just as one unit, as one hero. Not the Too Hot for Dota we have seen for the rest of this Go International.
I think what shows, like, we had talks, we tried some stuff out on Saturday. We just really noticed first of all, we got a bit more into the groove with each other, and we noticed a certain playset that we have to follow and play together. And it's just I think really more that the team is really starting to get each other and play together and learn. I mean, we're not like a bunch of legends, so people still have to learn. I still have to learn, others too, and we're learning and getting better. And,
no, I mean, it definitely showed. I mean, do you want to talk about Game 2?
Game 2, I mean, it was a riot, I have to say.
I didn't know what I was watching before the runes had spawned. 4 members of your enemy team had died.
Were they smoked?
They were smoked.
Yes.
Yeah, we called it out. I was like, look at their team. They are gonna smoke up and try to invade us at the beginning, and we're like, yep.
They smoked. Griff popped, continued up onto the high ground, threw a stun out. I want to say on the tree protector, caught 3 of you in that. Then comes Tom with the cogs, and I thought, okay, Baps have come out fighting here. This is coming out the other way. Yeah. Then Leth pops the stun, and everything just became chaos for like 30 seconds.
And they're all in the corridor for the Shadow Poison as well. So I was so happy I took Shadow Poison the moment they showed that out.
Yeah. Yep. It was Shadow Poison just ripping through the entire team. Yeah, just blowing it down. It was crazy.
Some scary. I mean, I was worried about their draft. I was like, oh god, they're gonna try to engage. So every time, but I think the moment it got to lanes and we had the advantage of those 4 kills, that was maybe it scared them a bit. They tried like top lane to do stuff, but sadly we kept up with it.
Yeah, I mean, you were at a 1k advantage at that point. I think 500 gold ahead of your like respective players on quite a few. I mean, Sed was like 3rd in net worth.
Yeah, it was
plus 5.
It was crazy.
Someone put him back in his place, please.
It was crazy. I have to say, it was. I didn't expect Game 2 to be like that one-sided. I expected actually it to be more even. In the end, I because we didn't have that kind of aggressive draft they had, and I'm happy we went with the Slaughter. We were like thinking Centaur or Slaughter, like Centaur for the defensive counter initiation. Then Slaughter was the better choice, clearly, because of the later on just initiate somebody kill him.
I think you'd have had a lot less damage if you'd had that Centaur rather than the Slaughter. That Slaughter, I mean, just being able to bully that lane as well. You sent Griff back into the jungle pretty early.
Yeah, it is. I was so glad we banned the Dragon Knight, because the Dragon Knight would have been more prom than a Sven, I guess. I think because Dragon Knight is so tanky.
Yeah, I mean, I thought that Dragon Knight ban came out pretty late. I said it to Jesper. You did point out that you wouldn't expect him to pick it earlier, but I still thought, you were playing it. It was risky.
Yeah, it was. We wanted to get some other stuff out of the way first, though.
I just thought maybe you guys didn't have enough respect for that Dragon Knight, because I think that game 1 could have gone differently if a couple of fights had gone different.
We also kind of forced them to either pick Earth Spirit or give it to us.
Okay.
That is also the thing we did. Like, after seeing that they were first pick, we did our bans and made sure that it didn't get a ban. And not the Ogre, because we know that somebody in the team, I think Heretic, or somebody plays Ogre.
I want to say it's a Heretic Ogre.
Yeah.
Probably.
And then we were basically, okay, they have to pick Spirit, because we know that the mid plays it. But if they don't pick it, they will give it to us. So it kind of forced them a bit into a certain draft, I think.
Yeah, I mean, both of their drafts quite heavily focused on mobility control. They had the game 1, they had the swap on the Venge, glimpse on the Disruptor. Yeah.
Venge. Sorry.
The Solar Guardian from the Dawnbreaker, obviously giving you an edge in your own positioning.
Yeah, that's also why we then banned stuff like Spectre, because we knew we can't give them more mobility heroes. Like, if they have more map control, that's like 2 people that can farm and then appear in the fight out of nowhere.
Yeah, and then coming into game 2, Baps pull out again Clockwork with the cogs.
Oh yeah.
you as you say, you left the Earth Spirit just up for grabs. That's another one just to kick you around in the fights. And I mean, Ravage, although it's not going to move anyone around, it's a it's a pretty big stun.
It was a very aggressive and a draft that can become very scary. Like, it's a snowball draft. If they can get jumps on people and get some kills and then farm, it can just spiral out of control. And I think if that first fight had not gone into our favor, it would have been a very different game. Like, we started with such an advantage from those 4 kills that it probably dictated the early game completely. And then we just snowballed from that. But if it had gone the other way around, I can't imagine. That could have been very different.
I think you make a very
about it as well, because they're in their safe lane. They had the Lion Sven with a double stun. Now, if you get ahead in that lane, that double stun becomes very scary to play into. But if you're starting at the lane as far behind as they were, it is very hard to make it work. And it forced Griff to go heavy into the Great Cleave early. Was not able to play off the double stun at all.
No, and against the Slaughter, if you don't have because that is why I always kept on the line. It's like, keep the line a bit low so he can't really go in and do something on the Slaughter. So the Slaughter, if the Sven goes on the Slaughter just stuns him and bashes him. And the line can't do much, and he was reduced to sucking mana away, which is annoying. It is really annoying. But that advantage, just getting mana boots much earlier than you would in a more balanced lane and stuff like that.
And all the money you have is going to give you just more possibilities to just buy mana regen items against that mana drain, and you're much rather gonna have a lion that's being annoying than a lion that's killing you.
Also, may I say, I'm getting a bit worried about my own safety in these games, because I'm carrying a lot. I carried a lot of money in both. I was like, I kept getting kills off my shadow poison, and I was like, I don't want these kills. This is more of a target on my head. I wanted our mid to get some kills. Poor Rex.
Yeah, I mean, let's have a look. How many kills were you on in that game? 8 kills, 0 deaths, 13 assists.
And look at Rex. Rex,
going to be the money.
Rex. Poor guy.
I mean, if you're not dying, it's gonna have to feel better just walking around with that money, right?
It feels good, but it also feels like you're walking with this. You have this big bag of money, and you're walking through a very questionable neighborhood. And you have this big bag with a $sign on it that it's clinking around.
Yeah, I mean, hell, Jasper, the man built up a Pervis and then was still halfway to his Ags by the time GG was called.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, you outdamaged Rax and you almost outdamaged Herring, so maybe you were just in the right to say there, I'm the carry now.
I mean, look at the yoga game. I almost did more damage than I almost did the most damage in that one. So
yeah, yes, I mean, 2 very impressive games.
Maybe just reevaluate your position there. If you've got all the money, you're just a nil carry.
Unfortunately, if he adopted the carry position, it would be a draft penalty, I believe, in their next game.
Yes, I can't play carry. Nobody will complain if I go greedy ogre.
He can play, I accidentally got a lot of kills that my carry would definitely deserve, but I stole them. Support. That's what you can play.
Yes, exactly.
But no, you've solidified your place in the main stage. You will, I believe, if I'm correct, you will be getting picked by either Team or Wogan's Wizards.
Yep.
Do you have a preference?
Oh, let me look at our sheet. Actually, no, not our sheet. Let me look at the sheet. Who's playing in which team? There's let me look at how they've done so far. Wogan's Wizards,
they're both coming out pretty strong. It's 6-0 from 6-0 from and I want to say what is it, 5-1 on.
I mean, if we want a bit more of a break of playing the strongest teams in the tournament, I would probably say Wogan's Wizards, because I can say, I mean, almost all of the groups have 1 or 2 strong teams, but rough group. Group D was a bit of a rough group, I have to say. Some of the really strongest core people in our group,
but
which is the training, I guess.
Want to say, depending on how Tit Warblers versus Bad Lads goes on Wednesday, you could have the only group where no single team finished with all losses.
Oh,
therefore suggesting you have one of the more even groups. And given that you're in with two very strong, well, three pretty strong teams in there, I do not feel coming out with 2-4 compared to the 06 of some teams that might give you a good footing going into main stage.
Oh yeah, I think actually playing in Group D with like two really strong teams and one that is more, I felt at least just looking at the people a bit more on our level in terms of ranks. I'm just speaking in terms of ranks now. I don't play with all the people a lot, so I can't judge in terms of just player skill I've seen. But I feel we actually talked about this. Not the worst situation now, because we were basically saying if we 2-0 breaking Baps, it's not the worst thing to come out of, because we thought we had a group with some really strong teams, teams that we won't just play again immediately. I mean, I'm looking forward to see who Solid and Black Country Widows are playing, because those are going to be some interesting games.
Right here, baby.
Yeah, definitely.
We're getting one of them, and I'm not looking forward to it.
Which one?
Wait, it's not our choice. So Solid at the top will get their choice between us and either Gubcord or whoever else may end up there if Gubcord do unfortunately get eliminated in the blender, as I'm calling it.
What was your team again?
We're Halo 3 soundtrack. We got railed by Eden last night. I don't want to talk about it. I'm asking the questions here.
If you need any pointers against like Solid, or if anybody needs pointers with Black Country Widows, we have some notes.
Oh, definitely. Should we sign each other up as coaches so that we can feed tips for the first main stage games to each other?
I don't really think we need that. Nothing is forbidding us to just
as
talk.
Keeps happening when we talk best. We'll have a discussion off the record.
Yes. But yeah, there's some. I hope people, at least my advice for people is, if you're going to play against Solid, Windows, us, or Breaking Baps, look at the games, look at them, look at the stats at least, because there are some people to focus on. And I mean, not in this person tilts, but really,
it could be
these people, yes, but don't base your strategy around tilting a person. That is a recipe for not doing well. But look at who maybe a core player is that you have to shut down. Have to shut down unless you want to make it really, really difficult for yourself. A good example would be Lunsk. To say it outright, it's like Lunsk, amazing player, like amazing player. Really
hey, I'm a big Lunsk fan. What can I say?
Yeah, really impressed, like how much impact he had in those two games, just from the get-go almost. And he's like a player you need to shut down. Look at how they play. It is scary going up against really strong teams. It is scary.
Yeah, I mean, you're talking about shutting down Lunst. Baps pulled it off. They shut down Lunst. They won their lanes in one of their games against Widows, and they came out with a win there. They drew against Widows, so it just goes to show.
That's why I was worried today. Like when I saw that aggressive lineup, I was worried.
Oh no, definitely. I think you were right to be, but I think you've definitely come out and proven that anything can still happen in the Goons National. No one's no one's scores are written yet.
Nope.
It's all to play for.
And I think once all the teams kind of get their bearing, all the people that formed a team of people that maybe haven't played hundreds of hours together, or hundreds of games, depending on how you want to keep count. Once they have now kind of gotten used to each other, how to play with each other, I think we will see more interesting games from the teams that maybe haven't done so well so far.
I would definitely agree with you, and I definitely think the eliminations are going to be a very interesting, a set of interesting games to watch. But I'm sure you're happy to not be in them.
Yes. Well, I mean, obviously, you don't want to be you don't want to be the first one out. That is what kind of our goal. Given that this is like an almost completely new tour for Dota, we were like, okay, as long as we're not the first ones out, we're good, and anything that comes after that is just a bonus.
No, I think that's the right attitude, or that's a good attitude to have. Equally, no shame in the first one out. Someone's got to be. But thank you very much for coming by, Bap. I'm sure you've got celebrations on a lovely Monday night. What is it? A round of drinks from everyone's own fridge?
There you go.
A game of Dota?
Time is it? I don't know for the others. I will go on a walk probably to stretch my legs because I felt that I've been sitting for quite some time for all these games and actually tensing a few times.
Very sensible. Very sensible.
Clench those ogre butt cheeks in some of those fights.
Well, thank you for coming by. You go unclench those butt cheeks. I think your opponent might be wanting to get in here. We'll have to wait and see. But yeah, congrats again. Great game from you guys.
Thank you. And also to Breaking Baps, like Griff, you guys gave it your all. And I'm also looking forward to your next games. And you can do it. You can do it.
I agree.
Yeah.
Right. We'll catch you later.
Have a good night. Bye.
You too.
Good night.
Well, there we go. A brand new Too Hot for Dota finally bonded in the fiery hells of Group 4, and they've emerged, rising from the bottom. I think Griff's waiting to get in here, I've been told. I don't know if we've got anyone who can drag him in. Will I have to ask again? Oh, he's here.
We've got him.
I can move myself. That's fine.
Oh, sorry. I didn't realize you were quite such a special boy. So, how are we feeling?
Yeah. Don't know.
It's a rough night. I can relate, but
yeah. First game probably. I think we could have probably won it. It just red. I think the neck will fucked us too much.
Yeah, I think game one you had chance of a comeback. There was some unfortunate amount of I think both scythes and culling blades coming out from your enemies.
Yeah.
And yeah, I think it just stalled you guys getting your Dragon Knight online for your fights.
Yeah,
and then game two, I think Bast actually put it very well.
I think the less we talk about game two, the better, to be honest.
I think it was just that first fight. That first fight snowballed into the lanes and then snowballed the rest of the game, but that could have gone either way.
Yeah, even then, I wouldn't be able to find farm. Like, I was half expecting the Treant to be top. So
yes.
Going in thinking it was going to be a last tree, but obviously I wasn't. So
yeah, I mean Slardar is a nightmare to lane against and to play the rest of the game against. So he's just a horrible hero all around, really.
Yeah, definitely.
But
we were talking about this game too earlier, and just saying this is just a game you cannot obsess too much over. It is very clear where it went wrong.
No, I think
not worth too much thought there.
I'll need to check in with some of the team tomorrow because we may need subs going forward for a bit.
Oh,
yeah.
Is this subs because of scheduling issues or subs because of?
Sub because they don't really want to play as much, but also see.
I think you can't.
It.
Okay, I can understand. You've had a very difficult group.
Yeah, definitely. I think we're the weakest team in the group. So us winning a game, I am very happy with.
I'm not sure I'd have necessarily said that. I mean, you guys did win a great game against Widows. I feel like you'd have turned up tonight expecting to face a different team. To be honest,
we turned up tonight hoping to win a game because if we'd won a game, we would have been.
Yes. Yeah, if you'd won a game, you'd be safe.
It's just, I think that first game, us losing it basically put us in a negative mindset.
Right.
Didn't help game 2. I don't think we had enough communication, to be honest. But what can you do?
I think this is what I was saying earlier was Too Hot for Dota came out and were moving as one unit, which is not something we'd seen. I spoke to Zoe last week after she stood in, and she said that their biggest issue was coordination and communication.
Yeah.
And not something I'd seen as such an issue with you guys necessarily, but
yeah, we just had some issues getting the whole 5 stack together to play games.
Yeah,
all the time.
I can relate on all of this, mate. Don't worry. Got absolutely rolled in a game last night that we didn't think should have gone quite as bad as it did, and have the same issue of just trying to get everybody to play at the same time. So you're not the only ones, and I don't think you guys should feel too bad about yourselves. I think just unfortunate games tonight.
I think us winning a game at all, I'm happy with.
Well,
us winning more than that. If we didn't manage it, great. If we didn't, oh well. We came in completely pick up team.
As you say, you've come out of a very hard group. I think it's interesting that you guys at the moment are the only group where every team has won at least a game.
Yep.
So you never know if you can get your lads together going into the bottom team elimination rounds. It could be a great morale boost. To be fair, you never know.
Need to see who we could potentially be against.
I mean, it could go either way.
Two of the other teams are pretty clear, and then for the
against Grub Code next. So
is that how it's working? Do you know?
That's what the elimination tab shows.
Oh, okay, so you got Gubcord, and then I believe it's a round robin. It's not a straight elimination, so I think you play everyone. I could be wrong.
The way it's set up seems to be basically best of 1 and the best of 3.
Oh, so it is, yeah.
You shall see what happens. I don't know anything about Grub Code, so
I mean, I know a few things, but
against most of the other teams.
I mean, this is the thing, isn't it? You got to try. Maybe do a little bit of research, but you can only find out so much, can't you?
Yeah.
I mean, we had a hero pulled out against us last night. I checked the Dota buff, and they hadn't played it in 11 months, so it wasn't even on my radar for showing up.
Yeah.
So I think that's just the way it goes sometimes.
Yes, I know some heroes have played this tournament. Like, obviously, I've played a lot of DK, but some of the other ones, like Drow and stuff, I haven't played much of recently. Just more of a surprise then.
Yeah, it can definitely. Also, when everybody's not that many people I know, I think Jesper and I are definitely attest to this, that there's not that many people just play one role. It's quite often you get a stack together, you get some mates together, and you just play whatever comes up, or you switch around a bit or something like that. So it's quite often that you got people slotted into a single role now for the tournament, and their hero pool on that role maybe isn't necessarily huge, which then means that targeted bans can become quite a problem.
Yeah, it's good for me because I know I do play a lot of carry, and that's where I'm not worried about myself for bans because I can pick something that I can play comfortably.
Yeah,
but it's just looking at what the others want to play and stuff.
Yes, yeah.
Getting stuff them on the hero they're comfortable and confident on.
So you say that you guys you struggle to sort of get all on together. Do you find the drafting difficult?
Not really. It's basically I'm listening a lot to what they're wanting and throwing out suggestions at the same time. But it is basically what are you comfortable on? What do you want to play?
Yeah, I think that's the right way to do it. I mean, I've said before I'd quite happily go into these games if they were just all pick. You know, just your bans are done in the same way they are in a standard game, and everyone just picks their hero and go for it.
Yeah.
Yeah, so definitely a good baseline to go off to just like have everyone playing a hero they like, they're comfortable on, and just going from there. Like, you can do all the meta analysis you want, but most of the games, that is just what it's going to come down to.
Yeah. But I think in general, you guys didn't play bad. I think you guys just you met a completely different Too Hot for Dota than every other team in your group has played against, which is unfortunate. And I mean, you especially game 1, there was a lot of time where the comeback was still on the cards. there was still a lot of hope. And you say that you guys don't play together. I mean, there's still some level of coordination.
Exactly, it's just not everyone.
But I mean, you can still see the coordination in the, you've got Tom making stacks so that you can come over and farm them if your lane's not going too well, and you clearly have a communication in that amount, and they're trying to make space for you to farm. It's just a shame that the other team snowballed so quickly today.
Yeah. I don't know where it went wrong in the first game. Second game, it just went wrong from the beginning.
Yeah,
I just couldn't find farm.
Yes, that very early fight was rough. Was very rough.
Yeah.
I think
it was three-man my son into 4-man starter son into 3-man 9 son.
Yeah. All the stuns went out, and I think your issue was just that you guys couldn't get any right clicks off, which was where all your damage was going to come from, while Bassmaster on the Shadow Demon just threw the poison through every single man on your team repeatedly. But I think, as Bass said, if that fight had gone the other way, that would have been a very different game too we'd have watched.
Yep, definitely.
So definitely don't be too disheartened. I think you've got good chances going into the elimination rounds, and that'll bring you back into main stage. So
hopefully.
And hey, your group 4 teams look a lot harder than the group 3 teams, I think. So I'm not looking. I'm third in group 3 at the moment, and I'm not looking forward to our main stage games. I think you guys still got a good chance. So I wouldn't get too worried.
Yep.
No shades to the other teams. Yeah.
You do have the only team in the tournament so far to go 6-0 in your group.
Yeah, that's because the rest of us are shit.
It's just a testament to how bad the rest of the group is.
That's exactly what it is. No.
The problem is, if we win our group, we're playing that team. A Rooster 5 elimination.
No, they get a choice.
Yeah, and they'll probably pick us.
Well, I actually don't know. I think that's a toss-up, because that, to me, depends on which Too Hot for Dota is going to show up.
Sorry.
Is it last week's Too Hot for Dota, or is it this week's Too Hot for Dota? Are they fully fixed, or were they just on fire tonight?
Yeah.
I think that remains to be seen. Well, we wish you the best of luck going into the elimination. I'll definitely be watching. I've developed a soft spot for Group 4.
There you go.
And it's been a pleasure casting and watching your group games. So
yeah, it's been fun watching them afterwards.
I'm glad. But no, best of luck. I hope you guys don't feel. I mean, to your entire team, I hope you guys don't feel too bad about what happened. I think it's just the way it goes sometimes. If that had just been, you'd hopped on Dota, you'd formed a 5-stack, and you'd gone and played a couple of games, it would have sucked. But it's not that different. Yeah.
What can you do? Just reset, go again.
Yeah. Go get yourselves a treat. Go have a nice hot chocolate, or something stronger, whatever you fancy. There you go. That's what it's about. Right. Well, yeah. Well played all round.
Yep. I shall see you.
Catch you later. Thanks for coming by.
Boy.
Well, I think they definitely feel worse about that game than I think they maybe should. But
in the end, it's like I liked Griff's attitude towards it. Like, you got this game, you were saying it yourself, you felt kind of similar coming out of one of your games in the last series. It happens, especially in a tournament like this. Yeah. There's a lot of teams out there who are giving it their best shot. And sometimes you get the stinkers like these. It is the way it is.
Yeah, exactly.
Not worth obsessing too much over. GG, go next.
And while obviously, if anybody is just done with it and they don't want to play anymore, that's their prerogative. They can call it quits if they want. I guess I would hope that they're not needing too many stand-ins just because people don't want to continue. I think I'd hope that they fancy playing and that they keep it up, just for the sake of the rest of their team, if anything. But yeah. But yeah, I mean, very exciting games tonight. It's a bit of a sadder note to end on. Talking to Griff there, definitely feels like they found that pretty rough.
Yeah, but for the storyline, like, apart from how the second game played out, the first game going for 2 heads for Dota, and the last game actually being the decider on who gets the bottom spot in the group.
Hey, everything went great for us casting. Very exciting game to cast. But yeah, it's been a pleasure. I don't think there's no other games going on now. The other games have ended. There's no one really online, so I won't raid the stream out anywhere. But if you've enjoyed the Goon International and you want to check out the very tense elimination rounds coming up, head over to PredatorCC and find his Discord server, and you'll find all the action happening there. If you've enjoyed me, please feel free to drop a follow. I stream other stuff sometimes alongside Dota. Try and do it once a week. And if you've enjoyed Jesper, I think he said before that he doesn't have an internet.
My stream has not seen any action this international so far, and if I don't need to, it won't. So don't follow my stream. Follow any other stream. Or play Dota with me.
But he exists and he's out there, and if you like him, you can find him. Maybe like on Discord or in a game of Dota, not like, literally in person. There's boundaries here, guys. But
you can find me in person as well, but you have to search a lot harder.
He also might be less cool about it.
Once you've actually found me, we'll have words about it. But if you go through that effort, I will respect it to a certain level.
Well, there we go. The scavenger hunt for Jesper begins.
I find Vesper as well.
My girlfriend asked the other day, she's like, "Oh, who you been playing with, or who you casting with, and this or the other." And then she turned around the other day and she went, "Is there a Vesper and a Jesper?" And I was like, "Yeah, there is." And on that exciting bombshell that they do both exist separately, that's all we've got for you tonight. So we'll see you next time.
Have a great night.
There we go. Right, catch you later.
Falcus is here, he's lighthearted and free. Jesper's the brains, he's as sharp as can be. Commentating Dota, just wait and see. Goon International is the place to be. Goons, they gather to watch them play. Falcus laughing all the way. Jesper's wisdom on display. In the Goon International, hey, hey, hey. Goons on battles never seen before. Falcus with jokes, he'll leave you wanting more. Jesper's got stats and the inside lore. Together they make the perfect score. Goons, they gather to watch them play. Falcus laughing all the way. Jesper's wisdom on display. In the Goon International, hey, hey, hey. Goons on battles never seen before. Falcus with jokes, he'll leave you wanting more. Jesper's got stats and the inside lore. Together they make the perfect score. Goons, they gather to watch them play. Falcus laughing all the way. Jesper's wisdom on display. In the Goon International, hey, hey, hey. Broadcasting magic in every frame. Falcus and Jesper changing the game. Every goon earning their claim to fame. Goon International is the name. Goons, they gather to watch them play. Falcus laughing all the way. Jesper's wisdom on display. In the Goon International, hey, hey.